Today I'm going to teach you about simple, compound, and complex sentences. First, the most important thing to know is what is an independent clause and what is a dependent clause. An independent clause is a clause that can stand alone. It is grammatically correct by itself. For example, she can leave the office now. In this sentence, the subject is the word she, and what she does, the verb, is leave. She can leave the office now. This sentence can stand alone and be grammatically correct. Therefore, it is an independent clause. Other examples of independent clauses include: the man smoked a cigarette. Justin Bieber is terrible. Bush stole the election. Adrian Brody's nose is immense. A dependent clause is a clause that has a subject and a verb, but cannot stand alone as a sentence and still be grammatically correct. For example, because she finished her work early. The subject is the word she, and the verb is the word finished, but by itself it is not grammatically correct, and is therefore a dependent clause. Other examples of dependent clauses include: but instead I ate a sock. Because he was too flatulent. After reality shows destroyed the History Channel. Now you should know the difference between an independent clause, which is a standalone sentence with a subject and a verb, and a dependent clause, which has a subject and a verb, but cannot stand alone. With this knowledge, we can now move on to simple sentences. A simple sentence is a sentence with an independent clause. For example, I like turtles. If you can remember what an independent clause is, you can remember a simple sentence, because a simple sentence is just an independent clause by itself. Let's move on to compound sentences. A compound sentence is a sentence composed of two independent clauses which are separated by a conjunction. An easy way to remember conjunctions is the acronym FANBOYS, which stands for and, nor, but, or, yet, so. An example of a compound sentence would be: I did this time-consuming project and my teacher gave me an A. In the first independent clause, the subject is I, and the verb is did. In the second independent clause, the subject is teacher and the verb is gave. I did this time-consuming project and my teacher gave me an A. I did this time-consuming project and my teacher gave me an A. Moving on. Finally, last but not least, is complex sentences. A complex sentence is a sentence including an independent clause followed by a dependent clause, or a dependent clause followed by an independent clause. The sentence, she can leave the office now because she finished her work on time, is a complex sentence. It has an independent clause in the beginning and a dependent clause on the end. Another example of a complex sentence would be: after I finished my homework, I had a tall glass of scotch. In this sentence, the dependent clause comes before the independent clause. This is also grammatically correct. This has been a short lesson on simple, compound, and complex sentences. Good night.